Hello, everyone, and welcome to the OCRP iRacing Series Championship race here at Homestead tonight. Drivers have been out on the track in practice. We are 26 minutes away until we get to qualifying. I am joined by Mr. Chevron, Mr. CR. My name's Jeff Favignano. Welcome to the Championship 125, and this is actually the name of the race, the Championship 125 at Homestead by Next Level Racing. Big thanks to Next Level Racing for being a fantastic partner in our league and our drivers as well. How you doing tonight, Ryan?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you, Jeff?
I am doing fantastic. Ready for the end of the season, and it's going to come down to points between, we think, about 3 drivers. It could be 5. We don't know what is really going to happen here. We're going to let Ryan kind of explain it a little bit here as it stands right now. But the one to watch for sure is going to be Matt Rucci, Osborne, and also Leonard Fodorero. And I think Leonard Fodorero's got a good shot at this.
Yeah, we're coming down to a 3-horse race here to for the championship. So, Leonard Fodorero is winning. We've calculated this with the drop weeks. Fodorero is in first place. Behind him is Rucci, and he's only 3 points back. So the way the point system works is the first place gets 43 points, and then it goes down 1 point after that as you go down. So second place gets 42, third place gets 41. So basically what that means is Rucci has to win by at least 4 spots ahead of Fodorero to win the race, or sorry, to win the championship. So if he gets 3 spots, then they're tied, which is crazy. And Osborne is 7 points behind the leader. So if Osborne has any chance of winning this, he has to finish ahead of both Rucci by at least 5 spots or Fodorero by 8 spots. So Osborne's going to need a bit of a miracle here to walk away with the championship. So I really think it's going to come down to Fodorero and Rucci, and if Rucci can beat Fodorero by more than 3 spots.
And what can you say other than, what an incredible season by all these drivers, 1, but 2, the upset could come from the 67 of Fodorero, and that would spoil the party of Matt Rucci in that 28 car. And it came down to that last race. We saw, Matt Rucci needed to have a good run and then had a little bit of a tangle there with a little bit of net code and a disagreement between drivers there, between him and it was Zachary Guzman. He was a lap down, or he was about to be lapped, to go down a lap, and the 28 got into his door, and we watched that from all sorts of different angles, and to me it just looked like a racing incident, or maybe the 28 thought he had a little bit more room than that, but we know how net code plays into situations like that. So unfortunate for the 28, but I think he's really hungry, and it's going to come down to a great battle between these two.
Yeah, both these guys know this track in and out. They're both fast. They're both showing, 1 and 2 to here in practice. So I think it's going to be a crazy close battle to the end. So basically, if I'm Fodorero, I don't have to win. I just don't have to lose by more than 3 spots, and I'm good. So Fodorero has a bit of a window to play with there, Jeff. So it'll be we'll see how this goes, but either way, this is a really fun track. It gets really I raced it Monday night there. It gets you get a little loose. It's hard to figure out, and again, tires per usual, but yeah.
I was just watching the 28 there, and he finally jumped up to the top position in practice. He ran a 33.253. And Fodorero's fastest time in practice so far has been a 33.277. So really, 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 really close here. Man, you can see the 67 wiggling that car back and forth to try to get it going. You know what's interesting about the new tire model? iRacing updates their tire models constantly. And we had some people asking questions last time in the race, and you'll probably see it again tonight. You'll see cars weaving back and forth under pace laps. It's not for warming tires. A lot of people think that that's warming tires. It's not what that is. If you really want to warm your tires up and get heat into the whole car, you're going to be dragging the brake on your pace laps. But when you see them going back and forth, that's cleaning the tires. So you're getting rid of marbles. Marbles, as a run goes on, you're going to have all these different pieces of rubber flying off of the car, and it's all collecting up at the top of the track. And that's why you don't want to get up on the high line there and get into the marbles, as they say. Man, so many people on pit road. Can we get a person out on the track, please? Okay, I guess these guys are the only ones out there. Yeah, so that's all on the top of the track. When you're racing in those grooves and you're picking those up on the tires, under caution, you'll see them going back and forth and weaving. That is to clean the tires off. And the new tire model actually does do this. So it's no longer a placebo thing that we saw in the past.
Oh, so when we see guys cleaning their tires under caution, that actually does something instead of just being like, you idiots, what are you doing? Oh. Well,
and it also will, man, can anybody go out and practice besides these two? Okay, we're going to watch Matt Rucci and Favignano. But yeah, no, it actually does work. And it does slightly increase the actual inner temperature of the tire when you come back in and look. But also, it does better if you're dragging the brake under caution. So that's probably something that maybe a lot of drivers don't know, that you should be dragging that brake at least a little bit to try to get optimal temperatures into your tires before you hit a restart. But you definitely want to clean them up, especially if you're going to be running on the top lane where all those marbles are flying. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because we're going to be running the top line. You saw Matt Rucci doing a little while ago, and I think that's going to be the fastest lane tonight.
Yeah, I was figuring out the track there on Monday, and I started getting some pace and moving some positions up once I figured it out. And 1 and 2, you're almost doing a bit of a diamond. You're starting in high and then cutting in low. And then 3 and 4, you're going to stay high the whole time. So yeah, that's kind of the line you want to take. Some guys are probably going to stay a little higher in 1 and 2 early on to save their tires, but you can still get good pace by cutting down low on 1 and 2 and getting a good exit out the corner. So another driver, Jeff, we want to talk about, who had a fantastic showing Monday night, was Joel Brown. He actually won the damn thing on Monday, and very, very proud of him for doing that. And he was like, he blew the doors off of everybody on Monday night. Mind you, he didn't have the Ruccis and Favignano showing up for that race, but he was by far ahead of the field, and he figured that track out, and he did it quickly. So he'll definitely be one to watch tonight, I think.
Yeah, and he's currently shown P5 fastest right now. Now, this doesn't mean anything. You know, that's what we try to remind everyone when they're first popping in here to the stream, and we appreciate you watching live here on Twitch and also watching the archive on YouTube. But I want to say, you know, when you see these guys where they're at right now, that's not what it's going to be when it comes to qualified time, because now it depends on how many cars are on the track. You know, the difference between having a green track and also a rubbered in track. A lot of guys come in later. They're not going to have the faster times. So that's why we see a lot. And there's James Hilton spinning around in the background there. We'll see a huge fluctuation on what you're seeing here on the screen right now compared to the qualifying times.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, even look at those times, like 0.02, 0.06, 0.07. Like, that's not far behind. Like, that's pretty much, you're at the same pace as these guys. That is very minimal. Not even a 0.1 of a second.
Yeah. Nick Sargent, fourth fastest right now. And we talked about him being a kind of a dark horse here in the OCRP iRacing Cup Series. And I've got to say, it's pretty interesting to watch him wheel this car around the track. He's been doing a really good job of it, and it shows in that top 5 speed.
Yeah, Nick Sargent's had a great year. He's been very consistent all year. He's had some really good finishes, so he's having himself a very good season. He should be very proud of it because, yeah, he's done really awesome here.
That 77 car in front of there, that is one of the rookies, and that rookie is Kyle Carpenter. And what a great program he has put together so far in the OCRP series. He came in here as a rookie, and he's shown nothing but speed. We've seen him consistently fast on the tracks that he's shown up to.
Yeah, you love to see the rookies up there. And, yeah, hopefully he can string together himself a good race because he's usually really, really fast. I mean, I think he got a top 5 the last week, did he not? I want to say he was up there in the top 5.
Oh, yeah, he's been up in top 5 consistently. And he's definitely going to be one to watch going into the next season. That has not been announced yet. We'll let you know when that does. It'll probably go down on the OCRP iRacing Series Twitter account, which I believe you run, right?
No, I don't know. It's just an intern. The faceless nobody intern.
Faceless nobody. That's how you want to get it done.
Definitely unpaid.
Gage Bookman here in the 36 Better Help Chevy Camaro. Good to see Bookman. He's running 6th right now, fastest in practice. Got in the wall right there, and he's using that outside lane. And you might be wondering, why would you go to the top of the track? What's going on there? And iRacing did add that recently as well. I'd say recently, but probably in the last year or so. But that side force that you get off the wall is actually present there. And if you're going to be daring enough to drive up there and get next to it, you're going to carry the most momentum around this track. And I think we're going to see the top guys like Rucci, Fodorero, and Carpenter do that later on.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see how the preferred line changes. Are they going to start at the top, try and save their tires, or are you going to get guys that are just gunning for it, trying to get an early lead and using all the track to their advantage? So we'll see what they want to do. Different strategies come into play. But how many laps are they doing here, Jeff? Do we know?
It should be 125, I believe.
Okay, so this might be a two-stop race for sure. I think it'll be a two-stop race.
I'm showing the 73 Facebook dad himself, Stefan Benende, right now, because when he was in practice earlier, I was watching, setting all the cameras up and getting that ready to go. He was driving backwards in the infield, the actual road course, pulled out into a parking lot, and he did a pretty sweet J-turn into a bunch of parked cars. So I was watching that, and I got a screenshot of it and said that. Oh, and he goes into the barrels right there. There you go. Not a big deal, but still. The 81 still, I don't know what he's doing. Is he maybe making something to drink, eating some dinner? He has not been on the track yet that I have seen. And there's the 97 Aaron Beaver. He's out there. 12th fastest right now.
Hell yeah.
Aaron Beaver been with us for a while.
His internet connection can hold up tonight. He's had the worst luck with that internet. Same with your dad. I hope your dad.
Yeah.
But speaking of Facebook dad, let's see another Facebook dad picture. Put it up there. Let's see it. Oh, baby.
Yep, there's Papa Fob, my dad right there, and the 72 Chevy Camaro, the Navy SEALs Camaro right there. And that is another amazing paint done by Tony Wilson. Tony Wilson has his own paint shop. What is the name of that one? We need to plug it more.
WMD Design.
WMD Designs on Twitter. There you go. WMD.
He's affordable too. I tell him, raise your damn prices, man, but he doesn't.
I know, because he did some work for me recently, and I sent him what he was worth, and he was like, "You didn't have to do that." I was like, "No, you deserve it."
I did the same thing. I said,
yeah. Don't do what I did when I was younger, and you start a business or something, and you don't know what you're actually worth, because that stuff takes a long time to make, and it turned out really nice. The Navy SEALs car there, and Dylan Macedo, our winner of last week. Good to see him. It was his second win of the season. We'll see what he can put together here. And how is he looking like in the points right now?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think he is, let me just pull it back up here. He is sitting 4th in the points. So he's up there. He is 10 points behind. Oh, sorry. Can you still hear me? My computer freaked out.
Yep, we hear you.
Okay. He is 10 points behind Fodorero. But if I was him, I'd be looking at trying to get a podium on the championship. So he's only 3 points behind Osborne. So Macedo is going to be wanting to get ahead of that 80 car there and get ahead of Osborne. So yeah, I think that's kind of the battle that Macedo is going to be looking for, is between him and Osborne. If he can get some spots between him and get a podium.
Watching right now, and it looks like Macedo is going to prefer the top lane. The 80 car going to the bottom there next to the line there, and Osborne's going to kind of do the whole sweeping turn like we were talking about before, using diamonding the corner like you did on Monday.
That's right.
And let's talk a little bit about the track itself and just how bumpy it was for you. It's a 1.5 mile track around here, and the track temperature right now is 81 degrees, and the air temperature right now 77 degrees. That's a beautiful night in Miami right there.
I mean, look at that sunset too. Look at beautiful. I like it. Yeah, it's a good night for racing for sure. Track's not too hot. Pretty nice temperature there, because they're going to go into a night here. I think the session continues.
Oh yeah. No, it will.
Yeah.
Brandon Buggs in the 81 car having a little bit of a moment getting off of turn 4 right there. And the Lou Malnati's Toyota Supra.
Pennsylvania pizzas.
Pennsylvania pizzas. That's another one of Tony's amazing paint schemes right there, and looking
So
good. I like the red wheel. Normally, I don't like the red wheels. Actually, I think I would prefer it with the black wheels, but that's just how I am with every race car.
Yeah, I like black wheels.
Some just can pull it off, but some just don't. And maybe it's just the difference between the two red tones there.
I'm a sucker for white rims too, like a powdered white rim. Ooh.
Yeah, it depends on the car. Like, because we
Yep.
just saw Clint Spells there. Well, he just dropped, but we saw Clint Spells for a second there. And Clint, this isn't Clint here, but Clint was gone. But here's the 91 of Robert Webb. And this is a good decision on wheel paint, because normally I'm not a big fan of it, and I think it would still look great with black, of course, but he got that copper looking real nice, the copper top.
Yeah, they look like batteries. The black or the black with the gold. I like it.
Yeah, and that's what he was going for, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it turned out great. Looks really good. That's Robert Webb. Not the season Webb wanted to have at all. He has had a really rough season, actually. Where's he at right now in the points?
Couldn't tell you. I only got the top 5.
Okay, we only have the top 5, so not a big deal. Leonard Fodorera on pit road. I think he's happy with his speed tonight. Look at that, only just barely behind Rucci as far as that goes. Rucci's still on the track, though.
Fodorera using that Amazon Prime. He's gonna want same day delivery tonight, not next day. You want same day Prime delivery because you gotta beat Rucci here. I don't know, man. I think Rucci's looking good. If Rucci has the software installed, everything's working.
Well, we would be
this.
remiss if we didn't talk about the 88 car and Wes Graham, where he sits in points. Is he in the top 5 or no?
No.
Yeah, I think he dropped out on that last one.
Yeah. I think he's sitting around P8, I want to say.
Wes Graham, the admin of the OCRP iRacing League right here. You can find him live on Twitch currently right now in that car. That is Wes the Mess 88, as you see on the side of the car right there. If you put that in Twitch, boom, go there. Give him a follow. Show him some love. He's always racing a VR.
It's the best way to race.
It is the only way. It's just, it's so hard for me to do that and then also stream that. But I guess you just have to be selfish. You're just like, I can't look at anything. I just got to be in the car.
No, I pretty much go, sorry, Chad, I can't talk. I'm watching. You see what I see. I'm not looking at you. But he uses text to speech, which I'm like, oh god, that'd be a nightmare. So you can text to speech him while he's driving.
Oh man, yeah, that's what it is. Because if I raid him, I'll go in there and just do West the Big Things over and over again to him.
Oh, I'll just put like lyrics to rap songs and stuff in there, just like the robot.
Here's Jeffrey Spells in the 13. He's had a better season than what we thought was going to come out of him. He's been working close with the 6 car of Clint Spells, his brother. And like we talked about last race, those guys have been showing up to the practice sessions, and they have been putting in the work. And this, I've got to say, if we could give, there's the 81 going around. If we could give a rookie of the year, it's not rookie, but like most improved driver in this league, that would be the 6 car of Clint Spells. We've seen just incredible driving out of him.
Yeah, the previous season he was at the back getting lapped, crashes, all sorts of trouble, and consistently this year we've seen him in the top 5 running and getting top 10 finishes, and he's up there. Like, it's been such a great turnaround. Super proud of the Spells boys, both of them, and glad they're putting in the work and getting faster. And I think they're having more fun as a result too.
Yeah, it's always fun when you're going faster. And I think that the biggest thing that I have seen out of the Spells drivers is that they have really been listening to people like Dylan Macedo that's coming to them and saying, hey, this is how you save tires. This is how we do it. This is how we're able to keep speed in the long run. And a lot of it has to do with that trail braking, getting slightly into the brakes early on, dragging the brake just barely there, just enough to save that right front, and then also being really, really, really consistent. And you have to be disciplined with the throttle pedal.
Yeah, definitely in 1 and 2, as the tires start to go, you're going to see a lot of trail braking. I actually was using that to almost initiate my turns using the trail braking. It helps when you start using it. And I figured it out halfway through the race. I was like, oh, it's like a light bulb clicks. You're like, oh, so this is, yeah, this makes sense. So trail braking for sure in 1 and 2. A little bit in 4 if they're on the top line, but definitely 1 and 2, they're going to be trail braking upon entry there.
And if you're not sure what that means, we can explain that in a minute.
Sorry, I was just gonna say shout out to the drivers in the league that do offer their expertise and are willing to help other drivers that they just met or don't really know too well, but they're not keeping it close to their chest or anything like that. They're just trying to improve and bring everybody up. I really appreciate that. And it sounds like Macedo was one of those guys to do that. So thank you to Macedo and to anybody else that's been doing it in the league. That's awesome.
Yeah, really good stuff there. And going back to what we were talking about with the trail braking, and we're going to see that tonight with a lot of the drivers that you know that are always consistently fast. And the reason why they're consistently fast is because they have got tire management down pat, especially on green flag runs. And it seems like they're an alien out there as far as speed goes, but it just comes to that discipline that we were talking about. But coming into a corner, you're going to just slightly use the brakes, even if you know you don't have to. And that's the difference. You know, you're at a track where you can run this wide open in corners. I mean, you don't have to use the brakes. You can go wide open for like a lap or two. But when you start to breathe that throttle in the middle of the corner, it's different than if you're just kind of giving a little bit of brake and then slightly backing out of it. That little bit makes such a difference on the right front. And then speed, we're talking seconds.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I really like this track for that, Jeff. I like that you almost have to take like short track elements with the trail braking, the breathing the pedal, and getting perfect entry. I like that there's that element to this because this is a 1.5 mile track, I believe. I like that there's those kind of short track elements to it where you actually have to. I like tracks where you have to brake. That's what I'm trying to say.
And this one, you can roll that throttle in and out, but like I was saying, free up storage. That's always good. Thank you. Rolling that throttle, you can do that without using any braking here. You can do it, but you're going to absolutely burn up your tires. And we're talking about just incremental changes to the way you drive makes such a difference. But people aren't showing up here with a faster car or anything like that. You're just seeing guys that just know iRacing really well. They know how to manipulate the system essentially and save those tires, because ultimately it's all about that right front.
Yep, all about the right front. And yeah, it is going to be a 2-stop race tonight. So they got 3 sets of tires, 1 fast repair per usual. And we're going to see, which kind of mixes it up because we did 100 laps on Monday, pretty easy, 50 lap pit stop and you're good. I tried to extend it just to try and get an advantage. Didn't work out. Had more tire at the end, which was nice. But I think this race, there's a little bit like, do you do 50, 50, and 20? Or do you do 40, 40, and 40? Like, what do you, or 45, I guess. Like, it's going to be interesting how these guys manage their pit stops. I think there's not going to be a lot of cautions tonight. I don't think. Don't quote me on that, but there wasn't very many on Monday night, and there's such a large infield here too, Jeff, that if we get cars like you can see right there, James Hilton going all the way down there, like if you get cars doing single solo spins down there, it's not going to throw the caution flag. So
yeah,
we're going to get a lot of green flag runs tonight.
And that's going to be exciting to watch, especially if they're using the top lane. That's, always such a gamble. You're faster up there, but you can get the car into the wall and get screwed. And I was going to ask you, because you raced on Monday, what steering ratio were you running for this track?
I bumped it up to 14-1.
Okay.
Which means it's more steering input for less wheel input, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it was making it a little less sensitive, if that makes sense to the viewers. So
yeah. And I can guarantee you, your top 5 drivers right now are running like a 16-1 on their steering ratio, or probably 14 to 16-1, because of the reason that we're at a 1.5 mile track, and most of these intermediate tracks like that, you're going to want a much higher ratio. And the reason why we're talking, it seems dumb, but these are the only things you can do, the only things you can change in your car. You have steering ratio, and then you have brake bias. We can talk a little bit about that before the start of the race as well. But, getting into the corner, just barely, just using as much wheel as you normally think you should, but you're only barely moving those tires, like Ryan was explaining there. That makes a huge difference in tire wear as well. And guys that run faster seem to just have a better grip with the high ratios.
They have better grip with getting grip.
Yep, better grip with getting grip. And there's the 81 doing donuts in the grass.
Oh, he's serving some pizzas, some big old large pepperonis. He's on the road course.
He's on the road course. That's where I saw Stefan Benende earlier. He was doing similar things.
I didn't even know there was a road course here.
Well, there he is. He's just having some fun out there in the grass. Gotta love it. 88 car just sitting on pit road. I haven't seen him take a single lap yet. Now, he did take a lap, and his best one was a 33.433. So we'll see how everything shakes out for him here shortly. 40 seconds left, and we're going to be into qualifying. And qualifying's 10-minute session, 5 minutes of which is qualifying. The other 5 is going to be for the drivers' meeting. That happens before we go racing. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about brake bias. And what did you do on Monday as far as brake bias goes? Did you touch it at all?
No, I just kept it the same. It felt good where it was, which I think was 65%. I didn't even look.
Yeah, 65 is what it's normally just set at by default. And then if you're really good with your brake bias, you're going to be changing that in the car as the race goes on. You're putting more brake bias in the rear of the car. It helps with the braking. Obviously, you have more of the car braking for you than putting more pressure on your right front tire or whatever. But you want to make sure that thing's absolutely smack dab in the middle before you hit pit road, especially on a green flag stop.
Oh yeah, you gotta, and that's what we're gonna see tonight. I think we're gonna see some green flag stops, 2 of them, in fact, and it's gonna be, they're gonna have to be perfection because, yeah, like you said, I think last week, Jeff, it does matter how you hit your pit box in terms of the time on the pit. Because obviously, like, they don't have real pit people down there. It's all just algorithms and AIs, and but you got to hit your pit box perfect. You don't want to go too far ahead, or else you'll have to back up. That costs you time, and every single second counts in these races. So pit lane races are going to be exciting.
Here goes Favignano. He's out on the track right now to put down his qualifying lap. He's on the out lap. We're going to keep an eye between him and also Matt Rucci, where they're going to end up. Matt Rucci he's on the track as well. So we'll watch both of them. We'll see where Favignano ends up here. So this is the out lap. This is taking the green flag for his first lap. You get 2 good laps here. Don't want to get in the wall or anything like that. That'd kind of spoil it all. And we'll see where everybody shows up here. So by the time 67 gets to the start-finish line, we should see some time starting to show up. And we'll see where the first one goes. And then they'll have that second one as well. The 67 electing to stay on the bottom of the track as much as possible here. That's the fastest way around the track. And times are coming in right now. That's going to put Favignano on the pole. And then Matt Rucci, he is coming back out onto the track now. We'll see if he can do something here. And we're going to be watching these 2 drivers like a hawk tonight because this is the championship race between Rucci, Favignano, and who was the third one? I'm blanking here.
Rucci, Favignano, and Osborne.
Osborne, okay, yeah. So those 3 drivers are the ones we're going to watch here. So Rucci coming here to the line now. And that is going to put him... Where's that going to put him? Not the... Macedo to the top, and look at that, Osborne up to second right there. I think he's going to be happy with that run. I mean, that's where you want to be. Track position is going to be key here, especially if we go green flag racing. And that might just be what they need. It just might. So let's see. Rucci just not putting the time down. I don't know if he got in the wall or something happened there when we weren't watching. He's trying now, so let's see. I'm not seeing him put any times down. This is strange. 14th right there. That's interesting.
Ooh, that shakes things up. Track position's huge on the start here, so this is interesting. He's got one more lap, maybe?
Yeah, 180 miles an hour into turn 3 there. And maybe he's just having, I don't know, he's having trouble with the car there.
Well, let's see what happens here.
That's his final one. That'll put him on the pole. Look at that. Matt Rucci on the pole. There you go. That makes more sense for the 28. I mean, this is the time you got to show up and you got to shine if you're going to win a championship. And that was a good effort right there. And that puts Favignano just in 5th right there. So don't count anybody out. But we're going to be watching the 28. We're going to be watching the 80 car. And we're also going to be watching that 67 car as well. It's going to be an interesting ordeal. So the next 5 minutes or so, we have that period that will be the drivers meeting. So we're about to grid up here. We'll get some green flag racing for you. We'll be back shortly here at Homestead for the championship race. And welcome back to Homestead for the OCRP iRacing Championship race. They're gridding up right now, and we are about to get a race going here. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I've been born ready. Well, we have a little bit of time this time, so we'll wait till they roll off pit road here before we do our starting grid for you tonight. This is the Championship 125 at Homestead, brought to you by Next Level Racing. Next Level Racing, one of the three sponsors, or one of the three sponsors that we have. I have so much stuff on the screen right now. Couldn't even see. Yeah, Thrustmasters with Next Level Racing and FRN. FRN is the ones who did all the graphics that you see here tonight. And this graphics package will be moving over to West the Mess 88 for Mondays next season for the different series. So if you like what you see here, Flat Out Racing Network are the ones that put it all together for us, and they did a fantastic job. So big thanks to them for that. Ready for some racing here under the lights at Homestead. It's going to be one heck of a show. Cars to watch. If you guys are new and you don't know any of these drivers, you just showed up here. You got Matt Rucci here in the 28. You got the 67, that Amazon Camaro back there. And then you have the 80 car. That is Osborne in the Mahindra Tractors Ford Mustang, the red one there on the right of the screen. Those three cars, the 28 here in front of us, the silver and orange, Amazon and the Mahindra Tractors, those are the three drivers to watch tonight for the championship.
Yep. But hey, there's more drivers than that out there. That's the guys you want to watch for the championship. But we got some great drivers out here as well. Dylan Macedo starting right next to him in that 25 car, blanking out there. Good timing, Macedo.
And he elected to drivers. Stay there. All right, let's get the starting grid going. We're going to run out of time. You know how it always goes for us. Yep. So I'm going to reset that. Row 1 on the pole, Matt Rucci in that Chevy Camaro, and then the outside is Dylan Macedo in the 25.
Row 2, we got Kyle Carpenter, the rookie. Great show for him, and Jason Lance in the 86.
Row 3, Brandon Osborne and Leonard Fodorero.
Row 4, Nick Sargent and Wes the Mess Graham.
Row 5, Joel Brown with that flow, and Aaron Beaver in the 97.
Row 6, James Hilton. Next to him, Alexander Reno.
Row 7, Clint Spells and Gage Bookman.
Row 8, we got Guzman and Bugs.
Row 9, Robert Bearder and Kyle Cleveland.
Row 10, we got Spells and Papa Fav.
Robert Webb rounding out row number 11. Lights are off on the pace truck, and we're going to get ready to go racing here under the lights at Homestead for a championship. Green flag in the air with Rucci leading them.
And they are off to the races. Everyone's side by side here. Little 3 wide almost back there between Jason Lance and Macedo, or sorry, Fodorero. We do have some 3 wide racing there, and they get through safely. A lot of movement already in the field as Wes Graham and Joel Brown go 3 wide behind them.
Yeah, and that was Joel Brown almost got into Wes Graham in the 88 there. I think he's going to go around. Yep, he's having a lot of issues with the car there. I was watching that. Hang on to it, buddy. You got it. And we're going to stay green right now, but Joel Brown, that's a heartbreaker for him for the start of the race. But, yeah, I was watching there, and I was like, man, he's having some issues. But back up front, it is anything but easy street. We got everybody all over the place here. Look at the 88 all over.
There is no holding back tonight. This is it. This is the finale. There's no need to be safe tonight. It's all out there, all on the line for these drivers. Let's finish the season strong. And Wes Graham, nice showing there by him as we're showing him at P6 right now. Good moves for him. Great moves.
And we're going to ride on board with the 80 car here. This is Osborne, and he's got his hands full with traffic. Gets into the wall a little bit there, getting off of turn 2. And he's trying to get to the 25 of Macedo. Everybody in the wall. That was the 77 Carpenter in the wall we saw Sparks.
And man, I've been into that wall, and it's like a vortex. It sucks you in, you can't get out. It really sucks. So yeah, you don't want to get into the wall, but it's so easy to do so, especially on cold tires right now, which is what we're seeing, Jeff.
And yeah, good battle here. This is all of those guys that we were talking about early on in the race. And Matt Rucci saying, hey, yeah, go racing behind me, guys. I'm just going to start pulling away here and get my rhythm going on this track. And this is definitely a rhythm track, especially later on if you can see him getting up next to the wall. That was the 80 car on the wall again. We saw more sparks coming out of these two.
Yeah, Rucci has all the advantage right now because not only is he out front, but he can race whatever line he wants. He's not battling for anything, so he can go straight into tire conserving mode. Unlike Wes Graham here, making a pass on the 80 car on the inside.
Making that bottom lane work, and he's going to clear him off of turn number 2. And that'll put him in the P5 position. Here comes Fodorero. He's looking on the inside of the 77 Carpenter. And how about Macedo there? He's just staying in line. He's had a pretty easy start to this race. I'm watching back here. There's a lot of racing happening back here too. Wasn't there. It was a little further forward. So right around Guzman. Guzman ran 11th, but yeah, Aaron Beaver and Guzman, and there's the 81 of Brandon Buggs. He's in line with Aaron Beaver in the 97. Yeah, I saw the racing that was going on back here. I didn't want to miss out on that.
Ooh, Beaver thinking about going to the middle. Doesn't do so, and Barry Buggs looking to his inside now. He's got a bit of a run, and good decisions there as they come down into this. What is this, 3 and 4? I can't tell. All these terms look the same. 3 and 4.
Side-by-side racing up here. That's the 88 racing Kyle Carpenter. Carpenter into the wall right there. That was interesting. Keep it clean here. Keep it out of the wall. It's hard to do. This is Homestead, and that we're going to see it later on, but I didn't expect so many of these drivers to be hitting the wall already.
Well, they were practicing on, they had warm tires out there, did qualifying, and you're just jumped into race pace on cold tires. Yeah, you kind of forget you don't have any grip for a couple laps. So I think that's what happened here. Everyone's kind of figuring it out now. Everyone's settling in, finding their rhythm as we're on board here with Alexander Reno, Union Pacific Ford Mustang.
And he's got a good view of all the craziness that's happening right in front of him, and he's trying to get up there to the 4-car of Robert Bearder, but that's just not happening yet. But I'm watching right around 12th. Brandon Buggs to the outside of Guzman here as they're going to get into turn number 3, and that's Jason Lance just in front of him. Another driver. I was expecting more speed out of him tonight, but he also, shows up and then and starts putting on a show.
Yeah, he could be a late race contender there. And Guzman looking to the inside there of Bay Area Buggs.
Yeah, those two have been racing for a while now. Back up front, you got Matarucci, and he's got Fodorero getting closer to him.
And this is the battle for the championship. Now remember, Rucci has to beat Fodorero by more than by 4 spots to win. If he beats him by 3, they tie. So 4 spots and he'll get the win. So Fodorero, there is no need to do anything dumb here. You do not need to push. You can sit. You can let Rucci win this race and you'll walk away with the championship as long as you are above 5th position. And so if I'm Fodorero, hey, you and me, I'm just gonna follow the robot.
Yeah, but these guys, you're going to win a championship. You might as well win the race, and you can't tell them to not do that because they're going to try.
That's true. That's true.
I can understand that, but yeah, he just needs to stay in the top 5, and that will be his championship spot there. But I think he's doing some intimidation tactics here on the 28, it looks like.
I like it. He's right there with him. He's right in his rearview mirror, saying Amazon Prime delivery, hello, is there anyone home, or are we going to have to leave a notice?
And he's also pressuring the 28, and this is forcing the 28 to use his tires a lot more than I think he wants to.
Yeah, do you think Rucci's doing a little bit of blocking here? Trying to run the faster line? Looks like he is. He's going down to the bottom very early here.
Yeah, none of these guys have started to run the top just yet. That will come later on in the race, I believe. We saw it in practice, so I would imagine it'll happen later on. But if the bottom's working, you might as well. I remember back in, this track hasn't changed that much since 2016 when I was driving an NIS for the championship race there. And yeah, we were running the top later on in the race. But the bottom was still working, I remember.
I'm just reading your chat there, Jeff. That's a good point. Someone's saying, like, if Rucci and Fodorero take themselves out, Osborne could win the championship, depending on how many positions if they lose. So there's, like, it still is anyone's race in terms of, craziness could happen if sparks start to fly.
There's a driver we don't see a whole lot of out of in this season so far, but running in 7th right now, James Hilton. He was having a good battle with the 77 there for a little while. And now we have even more racing happening behind there. That's Aaron Beaver and Nick Sargent on the move.
Nick Sargent, like we talked about him in the pre-race there. Really good driver, can figure these tracks out quite quickly. And he's definitely putting a lot of pressure there on the 97 of Aaron Beaver. And look behind him, you got Barry Bugs getting some pace there.
I was seeing that 81. Yeah, it looks like he's got some damage on the left front of that car.
Yeah,
Just ever so slightly.
I don't think it's going to affect him too much as long as the car's handling okay.
Yeah, I don't believe so. But yeah, like you were talking about, this is Foderero's championship to lose. So he's got to keep that in the back of his mind and not overdrive the car and just kind of ride. It's hard to do that, especially when you're starting to get your rhythm and you know you're faster than the guy in front of you. But it's more of a mental race than it is an actual physical race sometimes. And to win a championship, you betcha.
Yeah, this is definitely more mental than physical, I'll say, because unlike real race cars, these guys aren't experiencing G-forces and have to do neck training and, like, as much as I say this, it does take skill to do this, which it certainly does. You can do it in your underwear at home. So
yeah, to an extent. Unless you turn your force feedback all the way up.
Yeah.
And
then you're sweating.
You're sweating a little bit because you're actually doing an arm workout. But why would you do that to yourself, especially on a championship race? Not happening. So, but
Nope.
yeah, I know what you mean. So they're nose to tail right now, 1-2, and then behind them, you can see right there, that's the 25 of Dylan Macedo, the third car in line. And Wes Graham making some speed towards the front there. And then now you got a battle back there. That's Osborne and Kyle Carpenter.
I like that wide shot there, Jeff. That was good. We could see all the battles developing. And Carpenter is trying to look to the inside here of the 80 car.
I'm watching that 6 car, man. He's got speed. Clint Spells, man, on a tear right now. Started 13th. He's in the 7th position right now, and he's about to get 6th. Well,
wow.
if he can get to the 77. But yeah, fantastic speed so far in that driver. He ran a 34.785 to Rucci's 34.546. So not too slow compared.
Looks like Carpenter didn't make the pass on the 80 car. We're showing Kyle Carpenter in the top 5.
Yep, he was able to get around him, yeah. So many battles to watch. I was expecting this kind of to be like a Homestead normal race that you would see. Here's Beaver and Hilton battling it out, and Beaver will take that spot from the 89. But I was expecting them to be a lot more spread out than they are right now. I mean, it's been pretty good racing all over the place.
There was some 3-wide racing going back on between Guzman, Lance, and Benende. And you can see the remnants of it now. But yeah, they were 3 wide and 3 and 4 there.
Whoa, that was an aggressive move by the 22 of Reno as he jumped to the top lane there in front of Bearder. And now he'll drop to the bottom to try to get around the 73. And look at the speed Reno's got compared to the 86 and 73.
Yeah, like what you might start seeing too, Jeff, especially the guys in kind of like 11th, 12th, 13th position. You could see a lot of guys that were just saving their tires early, and now they're starting to put the pedal down as they start to realize, hey, I got an advantage right now. I should start using it. So you're going to see the benefits of those tire saving strategies kind of come to fruition right now.
Right on board with Osborne. You hear him picking the throttle up a little later there, and we're going to listen to the different drivers and how they're actually attacking the track. But look at that, Ryan. That is damage on the right front of the 80 car.
He definitely got into the wall. That looks like wall damage.
Yeah, that's not going to help him by any means. We'll see how bad it looks here on the TV as he gets off the corner here. But yeah, I mean, when it crinkles up like that, you got to hope that you don't have any damage as far as the toe link goes and, the toe of the car. Because then you're going to be rustling a really real tight car over the rest of the race here. But remember, we do have fast repairs, and that is the thing in sim racing. We might see that later on, especially out of Osborne.
I don't know. I've done some iRacing. It always seems like a toss-up when you get damage in iRacing. Like, you can have a really hard impact, and it's like, no, this car's good, and then the car could be made of tissue paper the next time.
Right.
You look at the wall wrong, and it's just like, well, front toe's out, and now your arrow's like, it just seems kind of all over the place a lot. And that might have happened to Osborne. He might have just touched the wall, but his car decided to take a lot of damage.
Watching this 97, I mean, Beaver started 10th, and he's 7th right now. He's been staying in the top 10 consistently, and looks like his internet's holding together for now. I'm going to go ahead and just knock on the wood here on my desk for him. There we go.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he needs to have that. And then I'm watching here the 81 of Brandon Buggs. He has cracked into the top 10 here for a while, and he's going to be electing to stay on the outside lane.
You know what else is good news? Your dad's still out there. He's last place, but his internet's holding up, it looks like, and he's still turning laps.
I was watching him in practice, and he was turning laps, but I could see the difference between the way he was attacking the track and the other guys. It seemed like a little bit more reserved driving, especially on corner entry, and I know how it can be, especially this track, when you get into turn one, you got to commit.
Oh, yeah. I think the 81 definitely has some damage there.
Yeah, on that left front. I don't think it's hurting him too bad, but here's Kyle Cleveland. He's been moving up as well. He started 18th, and right now up to 11th. I know that doesn't seem like a whole lot to some of people that are watching the race right now. In the top 5, you're usually glued to that, but got to give accolades where they're due. It's not easy to make passes and to keep speed, and especially this late into a run. But check it out. The 25 of Dylan Macedo is shown up to this little race they got going on up here.
Ooh, player 3 is out of the game. And Macedo is the championship. He is P4 right now. He is 10 spots behind Leonard Fodorero. But he's trying to get, like I talked about earlier, he's trying to beat Osborne by more than 3 spots. And right now he is 3 spots ahead of him, so he'd be tying him right now for P3 in the championship. So a lot of little storylines.
Yeah, a lot of that, and anything could change, especially if any of these top drivers have any issues tonight. That could change up everything, especially, well, we don't want to put ourselves in a position we saw last week where Rucci had a unfortunate tangle with a lapped car, but I mean, anything's possible. It's iRacing.
There was some 3-wide racing back here between Clint Spells, Kyle Cleveland, and the Bay Area Bugs, as Clint Spells is in the top 10 now. Showing some good pace as he passes Kyle Cleveland.
Yeah, that was, and Brandon Buggs just passed for position there, so he's up to 9th now. Showing speed in that 81 Lou Malnati's. There we go. I was going to say Malnati's. I was like, I got to say the full name.
Gotta say the Lou. Don't forget the Lou's.
Yep, and Cleveland up in the mix. We're going to keep an eye on these guys for sure. There's some good racing happening back here, but seeing that outside lane working for the 81, we might see some other drivers try that here shortly.
Yeah, I think I know in Bugs. I know he is probably doing tire saving early on. He's going that top line. You even see him going on the top line here. He's saving tires, and I think that's how he's been able to crack the top 10 and now showing P9. So he's playing the long game here for this first stint.
We got a battle right here for the 3rd and 2nd position. That's Dylan Macedo in the 25 trying to get around Fodorero here.
Wow, Dylan Macedo showing great speed here as he's got position coming in.
And you're seeing the difference between the 2 lanes here. Impressive. The 67 keeping that momentum off the corner, and the 25 can't clear him yet.
Absolute drag race down the back stretch.
Yeah, and you'll see just how much of a run the 25 gets into the corner. But yeah, that outside lane prevails, and this is an interesting thing. And I think, maybe Fodorero didn't want to have to battle this early on, especially if we're going to go green for as long as we might. But it's good to know the outside lane works.
Oh, yeah, it does. Yep, and you saw it there. He was getting some great exit speed. Macedo took the inside lane there on 3 and 4 to make the pass. She was able to do so, and he's showing P2 now with Fodorero behind him.
How
good
about
run
it?
Here about Macedo.
Talk about momentum. When you win a race and you go to the next week, you got that, you're pumped up. You're like, I got speed on these guys. I'm ready for it. And championship or not, you're here to win a race, and that's exactly what that 25's doing. And Rucci hasn't pulled away as much as I thought he would. I mean, considering that these 3 cars here right now, that's That's not even a second, well, almost a second. But I thought he'd be like 3-4 seconds ahead by now, and he's not.
Yep, and I think Rucci is going to be coming up to lap traffic here, and maybe not this lap, but the next lap.
Yep, I see those cars up there.
I see him looming.
Let's see the difference in the drivers here and how they're attacking the track. So Rucci electing to stay on the bottom lane right now. And we'll see how he gets through 3 and 4 compared to some of the other drivers we saw that were being conservative with the throttle. So, yeah, considerably slower here, about 175, and lets the car roll to the bottom. And he's barely picking up the gas, getting off the middle of the corner there. Yeah, so about 175, 177 I saw there for a second. So that's how Rucci's going about things. Let's right on board with Favignano. Let's see how he's getting through the corner in 3 and 4. It's always fun to watch, you know, when you have a fixed racing series like this, just the different ways these guys are driving, and that makes the difference. So very similar to Rucci there as far as like popping out of the gas and getting back in it again. And Osborne has that damage on the car, but we're going to see how he's getting through the corners. Yeah, pretty similar. I was expecting less speed with that damage that he has on there, but it doesn't seem like it's hurting too bad. Like you said before, it's just kind of a crapshoot.
Yeah, it really is. But yeah, so no pressure or anything for these drivers, but the winner of the league does win $250,000. That is the prize pool, 250,000 cold hard cash. No, there's no prize.
It'll be wired from the Biv Ryan account.
Yep, 250,000 pesos or dong, or I don't know. But yeah, I guess rubles at this point. They're not worth. But yeah, there's nothing for winning here. Whoa. Just the pride, just the bragging rights.
That's Robert Webb and my dad getting together, and there he goes.
Oh, Dad!
Hold on those brakes. Hold the brakes there, 72. And the caution comes out. That's going to change it up a little bit there. Yeah, I saw that, and you know what that is? That's just a matter of nerves. You know, you got two guys racing for position here, and then the leader's coming up. That's what happened right there. So him and Robert Webb kind of going back and forth there, and Robert's giving him some room there. You'll see right here, Robert goes to the inside. He's trying to stay out of the way of the 28, and it looks like he got into the wall. And then they make contact right there. And this starts the ricochet right here. And the 72 goes sideways. Maybe some net code happened in there. And then this is the hard hit right here. You don't want to see. Ooh, man. Look at that one right there. That's like about a terrible angle there. Getting into the wall. That's going to throw the car in the air. But a great job of keeping that in one piece. Not good for the 72. Are they going to come down pit road? That's the question. They might. 37 laps in?
Oh, I think they are.
I think you want tires especially. You know, now you know what the track's doing. You know what to expect. I think, yeah, we're going to see some pit stops here. I'd be surprised if we don't see any. Especially guys in the middle, like you have nothing to lose. And this is times that, you know, maybe you're not going to get another green flag run. And maybe you want to use that fast repair.
Everybody's coming down. The only car you saw out there was Robert, or no, was that Robert Webb? Yeah, Robert Webb, but he's a lap car, so he can't pit yet. So everybody's on pit road. Lots of action. Who can hit their pit stalls? Who can get position coming out of here? I hear some crashes going on. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Everybody hits it perfectly there. Nicely done.
Everybody elected to take 4 tires, it looks like. There's a lot of damage on Jason Lance's car. So, yeah, I think something happened there. The 72 gets his car taken. There's Rucci, then Favignano, Bacido, Carpenter, Graham, Beaver, Cleveland. Look at Bugs there. Not
Bugs
sure what.
okay.
And the 80 car's still on pit road. I think he's not gonna use that fast repair. I think he's just using. I think Osborne's just using the normal. Yeah, I think he's just using the normal one. Yeah, there he goes.
He probably only had about 30 seconds of repairs there. They're putting some flex tape and using some hammers.
You might as well.
But yeah, I don't think that's the worst call. Save your fast repair for later just in case. And Osborne's fast enough that he'll be able to make his way back up the field.
And Matt Rucci winning off a pit road there. We saw some other cars getting some things done there, but that was a good move on pit road. I believe that was the 81. It came off a little early. We'll find out here. They got to cross the line before it updates the actual timing. Because we don't have scoring loops like you would in the real world. So P8. So about what we thought there. That was between him and Kyle Cleveland for that. But how about Aaron Beaver? You know, P6. He's got speed and he's been hanging on to it for a while.
So Matt Rucci, Fodorero, Macedo, Carpenter, and Graham, your top 5 off of pit road.
And that was a time where anybody could have made a huge mistake on pit road. It's so easy to make mistakes here. And you don't see it here on these TV cameras, but for the drivers, those pit boxes have gotten so much more intense than they were years ago in the iRacing, with iRacing. And that is that we now have actual pit crew members that come out and service the car, and you got to be in that box just perfect.
Yes, sir. Well, I don't know. I always found it a little easier. I don't know if you found it the same, Jeff. I always found it easier coming into pit road and getting your pit stop when you're under caution because you're not coming in at speed. You're not worried about speeding as much. You can just focus on hitting your box. So, yeah, I'm not sure if you found it the same way, but I love pitting under caution.
Yes, way better. Yeah, under green it's a little bit different. There's that 67 cleaning those tires up. He's been running that top lane, so I'm surprised there's a lot more drivers that aren't doing it with the new tire model.
Yeah, well, you know what? That was, kind of the first third of the race, kind of the first stage racing. Hellos? Stage.
Yep.
You're going to see a lot of drivers maybe mix up what they were doing. Like, hey, you know what? I wasn't running top line, but it just burned my stuff up way too quick, and I was losing pace. I was losing spots. Maybe I just saved tires now. And then you maybe got guys going, hey, I saved too much there. Maybe I just got to, kind of throw caution in the wind a bit and get some spots back. So you might see some different things here on this stage 2.
Lights are off on the pace truck. That means we'll be green flag racing next time by. And they're doubled up, which also means that is the case. And the 81's going to be starting the outside of the 11 there of Kyle Cleveland. And we'll see if anything can happen on the top lane here. Green flag in the air. Rucci on the charge.
Just going to let the viewers listen into the action here.
Aggressive moves by the 81 there, but every single spot counts. He's making the best of that restart.
Great moves there. Yeah, Joel Brown in the mix as well. And he's going to be battling with Kyle Cleveland. Kyle Cleveland.
Kyle
Cleveland.
And Rucci's got the 67 all over him.
Top 3 still sticking with each other. And how about Kyle Carpenter up there as well?
Yeah, he was able to really hold that speed. And I'm watching the 88. Wes Graham, he's not falling back either. But check it out. Here's Brandon Buggs in that outside lane. He's really trying to make it work right now. And he did not get that damage fix on the left front.
No, which is why he was able to save his position on track there. Unlike Osborne, who has dropped positions. Osborne now in 12th place.
Yep, he is getting around the 6 right now of spells. And he's taking that bottom lane, so that'll put him in the 11th position now, and he's looking for Sargent next.
Yeah, we'll see him working his way through the field. Now, the disadvantage to this is he's going to be burning his tires up now early on, trying to pass these guys on the bottom line. So that's kind of the disadvantage. Yes, he's fast. Yes, he's passing guys, but he's going to be burning his stuff up quicker.
Here comes the lead.
Ooh,
Favignano trying to make it work to the bottom of the 28. And it's intense. Rucci using the outside lane for the advantage here. I don't think it's over yet.
Shaping up to be a nice battle here. Favignano to the inside, and he's got pace entering this corner.
Yeah, he does. Look how close they are to each other, too. That's the kind of side-by-side action you came for right here for the championship.
Makes the pass. What a Chad.
And that's going to give room for Macedo to get up in there and say something, too. Here comes Rucci with the crossover.
Anything you can do, I can do better. And Rucci's going, no, too soon, Junior. I'm going to try and make that pass back. But I don't know if he's got it in him. Favignano's got some crazy good pace. And he does it.
You just got new tires. Do you really want to go hard right now? I don't think you do. Especially if this thing's going to stay green the rest of the way. I think Rucci knows that, and he's going to back off.
Yep. He untoggled the kill button, and now he's in the city mode. And look at Bay Area Bugs. Up to 6th place. What a climb for the 81 Lou Malnati's deep dish, deep loving, deep pepperoni having pizza mobile.
And he started 16th tonight and up to 6th. So, yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic run he's had so far. We're not going to let it go. We're going to keep an eye on what's going on up here because there's a lot of racing happening all over the place here. But, yeah, these three kind of simmered down a little bit. But here's the 88 of Wes Graham. He's going to come make a move on the 77 of Carpenter.
Yeah, Wes is tired of seeing that 77's bumper, and he's going to go, I want to go chase after Matt Ricci here. Nice pass there by Wes. And done so quickly, which is what you want to do here. Didn't waste time.
And we have a huge, huge hiccup here. I don't know what's going on.
Oh.
With the iRacing service. I'm going to try switching the camera. Something got frozen here. Trying to get it back.
You're okay.
I don't know what it's doing. I've never had that before, but we're going to try to get it back. I'm still on, it's still frozen for me. How are you looking?
I'm good on my end. I can share my screen if you want to try to reload. It's up to you.
Yeah, just a second here. I don't know what I can do here. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Okay, iRacing, great time. We never had an issue this entire season. And
the championship race.
Yeah, it hasn't dropped me or anything. I'm not sure what is going on with this. Come on.
You're not paused either.
No, we're not paused either. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to try to reload. It's all I can do. We have a lot more racing to go here, guys. I'm really sorry about it. Ryan, you can kind of just keep us up to date what's happening here.
Well, if you want, I can share my screen, Jeff, here.
Yeah, I don't know how easy that's going to be to bring over. I'll try. Just a second. I'm just going to restart the iRacing service. It's all I can do.
Okay.
Unreal, man. The entire season, no issues with iRacing, and then tonight. That's about right. Especially, being that it's what it is.
Yep.
Thank you, iRacing. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't save all those cameras. So. Oh, well. Oh, well.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, the scoring is frozen now, so that's going to be wrong. So we will get that back up for you here, hopefully. Well, maybe it'll stay. I don't know. I really hope it doesn't break the whole thing. And we just wait for it to load us back in.
I'll keep you posted. It's this is actually not the worst time, Jeff. They're all going single file. Favignano is actually getting a very nice lead right now on Macedo and Rucci. So they're all kind of going single file. So you're not missing too much. It could have been worse. This could have happened at the end of the race.
That is
time to have it.
All right. It's got to load everybody's paints back in now.
Oh, I know why he didn't do it. Why it's not working. Oh, I know why. You know why? Because Twitch chat, there's not enough subscriptions happening right now. Get your credit cards out. Get your Amazon Primes out and sub to this man, twitch.tv/Favignano, and to help throw money and get the stream working again.
Okay, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to restart the overlay because it's putting everybody laps down and it makes no sense on the time screen for me. I'm going to kill that and restart it. We lost everything else. Might as well restart that, you know?
Yep.
Literally, of course.
That's okay.
Yep. Trying to get it back going for you guys here. Sorry. Is that a different paint scheme now for the 67? Looks like it is. Okay, that is back working again. I can get my timing screen up and everything else. Thank you very much for all the love, guys. We appreciate it. All right, so that's coming back online now. We can get our cameras hopefully back on as well. And yep, we just got what we got. So lost all of the work I did, about an hour worth of work in cameras. Because I didn't save it like an idiot. I was too excited for the race.
Well, this has never happened before. You never usually have to.
That's never happened. Did you, are you having a different paint for the 67?
Nope. 67 showing Amazon Prime.
I know it's Prime, but I think he had different colors, and I don't know what iRacing's doing, but it's having some issues, man.
No, that's what I'm seeing.
Okay, it's blue and black like that?
Yep.
Oh, I thought he had orange on his tonight. All right, got racing going on. I'll shut up.
I don't know if I can watch this. These cameras are so terrible.
Don't even.
I know.
Old man Brandon Osborne throwing it in there deep and tried not to get into the wall the door of the 48. That was getting crazy.
Nick Sargent trying to the inside there of Bay Area Bugs, and Osborne might follow suit here as Bugs slowing down there in the top lane out of 4. He's going to try and keep that momentum as they enter 1 and 2. Osborne showing P9 right now. He's hitting the top 10. Osborne taking that repair down on pit road there on our first caution, so that's why he is down in P9 as it stands, and he's going to try and make that pass there on the 81 of Bay Area Bugs, and he make it stick.
And they're going to give each other room here. The 81 really starting to get a lot of speed on that outside lane. And he's going to have a lot of momentum here. What's he going to do with it? Yeah, I'm having a lot of skipping and just weirdness coming from iRacing tonight. Strange. And I know it's iRacing because I've got 0 drop frames on our end on the OBS software, so very weird. I don't know. We don't normally have these things happen, but it is what it is.
Yeah, well, it's going to space. You got to give it a second sometimes.
Not wrong about that. This is very strange that it's hiccuping and stuff. I don't know. Okay. I'm torn because, you know, losing all the camera work I did. Well, moving on. I'm going to let it go. Watching Matt Rucci here. And look at this. We got Wes Graham. He's showing more and more speed. He ran a 34.839 that last time to the 9.28 of Fodorero. And Matt Rucci is running a 34.76. Something happened here. What's going on?
Something happened with Wes Graham.
Did he just drop as well? I think we might have something going on with the iRacing service tonight.
He's dropped. He's like out.
Wow.
Like internet out. No. I think that's his internet.
Yeah, we're trying to get the TV cameras come back. They're coming back ever so slightly here. But yeah, we're having a lot of internet issues between the iRacing service and all that stuff. Like, internet here at the house is fine. Remind everybody, we're not in a booth here at Homestead, Miami. We're sitting in my cave in here. I'm in a dark room.
Yes, can confirm. Also in a cave.
Yep, in a cave in Tampa, Florida.
I'm in Canada in the basement. Blinds are closed. I don't want to see it inside.
Look at this. Dylan Macedo. This is for position for the lead. We're talking about our homes and where we're at here, but man, this is a great battle right here.
Should be talking about Homestead because there's a good battle right now as Macedo making a pass for the lead. I didn't think this was going to happen. Fodorero had built such a gap there between him and Macedo, and not so much anymore as Macedo's making a move to the inside. You know who's loving to see this right now? Matt Rucci. He's loving these guys battling right now.
Oh, yeah, because he's going to gain so much off of these two battling. Yeah, currently right now off the track is Wes Graham, Zachary Guzman, and Papa Fav, my dad. They are not on the track right now. So Wes having some major issues there.
Hearing from Race Control Tony about your dad. Looks like Papa Fav missed the pit stop and decided to stop on pit road. So that's what happened with him, and probably explains why he is out of the race.
That's unfortunate. Man, look at this racing happening up here. Dylan Macedo putting on an absolute show for the 67. Yeah, I just have a constant stutter now in this session. I think it's something to do with the this session. I don't know. You know what it is?
What is it?
Our broadcast is having empathy for the 88 camp. It's like, you know what? Yours crashed, so we're just going to kind of hiccup and do weird stuff till you get back. Don't worry about us. And Dylan Macedo will complete the pass, but I don't think the 67's done.
I can hear the most annoying thing to hear when you have technical issues from somebody else. And there's no problem with mine. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Well, let me get your computer then.
I get that one in everything.
God. Just good. Thanks for helping.
And have a look here. Fodorero has got to put things in perspective here. I mean, winning a race and a championship at the same time, yeah, that's pretty special. It's fantastic. But also don't put yourself in a position where Rucci's going to be able to get by you.
Yeah, he's just, it's kind of a battle. Like, do I want to win this race or do I want to win the championship?
Yep.
Because winning the race is going to be a little risky, especially because you got Macedo looking very fast today.
And we're watching here as the 28 is closing in. That was a 35 flat he just ran compared to Fodorero, but nothing for Dylan Macedo, which just ran a 34.982. And all things considered, that, you know, being this late into the run, that's good stuff. But back here, look at Joel Brown and Brandon Osborne and Aaron Beaver in the mix.
Joel Brown showing lots of speed there on the inside line. He's going to be able to make this pass on Aaron Beaver coming out of 4.
What a great race for the 97 tonight.
That's not easy to do, Jeff, coming out of 4 too on the inside line. Your car gets a little lofty, a little squirrely coming out of 4 onto the bank turn there. So the fact that Joel Brown was able to do that and other drivers have been able to do that is awesome. They're able to keep that car underneath them.
As we ride on board with Aaron Beaver here in the 97. That's Joel Brown just in front of him there. And yeah, you can see how skaty the car got right there. And looking behind him, there's the 80 car of Osborne, and he is making progress on the 97 here. But man, Osborne's got a lot of cars to pass if he wants to get up there.
That is not good news for Macedo, seeing Osborne climb. Championship implications, because Macedo's got to beat Osborne by 3 spots, at least 3 spots, 4 spots, excuse me, to get P3 in the championship. So Macedo's not liking that.
Not at all. And we're watching right here. That's the 28 of Rucci that has made it to the back bumper of the 67 of Fodorero. And it's only a matter of time where he's going to try to pounce on him. Look at how much better he's rolling in the center of the corner.
We're coming up in about 8 laps to our next kind of pit window there. Around 80 to 85 laps, they're going to be looking at pitting.
And there he goes. That's going to be for second position. That's Rucci all the way to the bottom of the track to try to get around the 67. And Macedo's like, yep, keep doing that, guys. Because Macedo's trying to put that second gap on him. Now the 67, think about a crossover here.
Didn't have enough for him. I think he backed out of that one.
When we got word that Wes said that his entire internet went down and there's nothing he can do, he's watching the race right now.
Welcome to the stream, Wes. Get a nice seat, get yourself a beverage, and snuggle on up. Sorry to hear that, man. That freaking sucks, dude. It's we've both you and I have been there. Jeff had problems with his broadcast right when that happened, so I think that was some sympathy pains, as Jeff called it, and it's beyond frustrating.
Yeah, our entire broadcast, our whole iRacing froze, and then when we came back, you dropped out. So yeah, that was an interesting one for sure. Weird gremlins in the broadcast tonight, of course, for the championship race, but we will overcome. And watching back here, there's where Osborne is, and look at back here, that's Brandon Buggs. He's struggling to stay there in the 10th spot because that's Jason Lance right behind him.
Yeah, Buggs was what? He was P8 there for a little bit, and now he's down to P10. So I don't know if he's burning his stuff up or he got into the wall. Maybe that damage is showing its ugly head right now.
And that's the leader over there. So yeah, that's how spread out the field is right now. And that looks like Gage Bookman getting back on track. He's scored 2 laps down right now. And a tough night for the 36. And they have met some lap traffic here, but it has not been a factor so far. Oh, no, that was Bookman just getting back on the track. My apology. Trying to keep an eye on where everybody else is, but, you know, it's about the time to go through the top 10 here and let you know where they're all running right now. You know, your leader is Dylan Macedo in the 25. After starting second, Matt Rucci, your pole sitter, is running second right now. And he's showing speed. Behind him, you got Leonard Fodorero going for the championship tonight. He needs to finish 5th or better. And then behind him, Kyle Carpenter in the 77, the rookie. Started 3rd tonight. He's running in the 4th position. Behind him, right there's the 43 of Joel Brown. He's had one heck of a night, starting 9th, and he's in the P5 spot. Aaron Beaver, talking about him, great run for the 97 after the season that he's had, and he's in 6th right now after starting 10th. Behind him, Nick Sargent in the 48. Nick at Night, 7th, and right now sitting in the 7th position. He hasn't gained or lost there, so he's only dropped one back so far tonight. And Brandon Osborne starting 5th He is in the 8th position right now. A lot of cars to pass there. Kyle Cleveland starting 18th. And look at that in the 9th position. Good run for him. And Brandon Buggs and Jason Lance going at it back here. That'll put Brandon Buggs in the 10th position, the top 10. And Jason Lance trying to take that away from him. But that's how they run in the top 10.
Good race so far. Only one caution there. A lot of green flag runs. But they're all spread out now.
And Dylan Macedo, yeah, not able to really, it's been strange. I thought we would have, you know, maybe multiple seconds as far as a leader pulling out, especially with the side-by-side racing we saw behind him. But it's been really a struggle bus for these guys to try to get away even a second.
Macedo out there on an island.
And don't mind us, we are going to adjust some cameras here while we're in the mix here. A little behind the scenes action on how we get it done.
Pulling back the curtain.
Pulling back the curtain. You see a little bit more of what's going on here. So we have our cameras. It's just, all three of them, they just all look the same. So I wanted to get them all back to kind of ballpark where I had them before. There we go. We're watching Dylan Macedo, our leader, getting around the track. There we go. That's pretty much where I had those. And then go to my second camera, which is the tighter shots for everybody. We'll go to those next.
How about that? Real quick, Joel Brown up to P4.
Nicely done. Joel Brown moving up.
Wes the Mets back out on the track. Good to see him out there. I like that, Wes. That's a classy move. He's like, I'm just going to keep driving. I know I'm out of this race, but I'm going to keep driving.
Might as well. It's a good-looking car, that Ford Mustang, the Coors Ford Mustang. An old school one. I think that he had that from a previous race from the Throwback Series and just kind of stuck with it.
I like it. It suits him.
And he has found his way up to the 67 of Favignano, making it interesting.
I told you, man. They said look out for Joel Brown. He's going to be one to watch this race, and he's proven that as he goes to the inside of Favignano. Joel Brown showing incredible pace right now. He's showing, hey, that practice on Monday.
And there we go. iRacing just completely crashing on me. Okay. It was Discord that just crashed on me and popped up in front of me. I don't know what that was about.
I thought you just completely dropped out. I was like,
dude,
oh no.
I don't know what is going on tonight, but there's some weird internet issues happening.
Yep.
So, sorry about that. I don't know what that was about, but yeah, Discord completely dropped and just came back, so. You all right?
Oh, sorry. I thought Leonard Favignano crashed. He's just coming in the pits right now.
Oh, Favignano. Okay. That's big. That's big. Got to get on there. Okay. So that's going to be a strategy call here for the 67. Let's see what he does here. He gets in his box nice and good. He can get right side tires on that car. Is he going to take 2 or is he going to take 4?
Oh, he's taking 4 for sure.
But taking a short pit on this one.
Well, undercut action. I like it.
There we go. He'll do 4 tires in a fuel stop. I think that's gonna be the last one for him. And will Macedo do something? Well, looks like Rucci came down pit road as well. Some others are on pit road. I'm trying to see where he's at. There he is. Rucci on pit road. So they are making their green flag stops. It's time to do it. We'll see if anybody else is on pit road. Is that the 43? Is that the 80 of Osborne on pit road as well? There goes Rucci, and that's Joel Brown, the 43 car. And Alex Reno on pit road as well. So Rucci, and it looks like Macedo is on pit road, our leader.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of guys following the leader here, and they're going to be coming down pit road. Not this lap, but probably next lap, but... Good call there by Favignano coming down early. See if it pays out for him.
Yeah, and he started the trend because once he hit pit road, everybody else started coming down. It didn't take very long at all. We'll see how this whole thing cycles out, but your leader right now will be Aaron Beaver. And someone who hasn't come down pit road, well, that's the 80 Mahindra Tractors Ford Mustang of Brandon Osborne. And he is going to try to pass the 11 car. That'll put him in the lead position. And I guess at that point, if you want to try to win a race, oh, he's driving the heck out of that thing. If you want to win a race, right now is the time for you to stay out as long as possible.
Yep. And Kyle Cleveland, your leader right now. He's leading this race. He's doing the same thing as Osborne. Bayer Bug staying out there as well. Stefan Benende staying out. Jason Lance, Jeffrey Spells, and Robert Bearder all staying out on their tires. They're saying, hey, maybe we just stay out here. Maybe there'll be a caution. We get a free pit out of it.
This isn't the first time we've seen the 81 do that. And he's got some races in here with Facebook dad himself, Stefan Benende. But yeah, we've seen the 81 do this kind of strategy before, and it didn't really pay off, but that was at a road course.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like, hey, I'm in P9, P10. Like, what do I got to lose? Let's just stay out there and see if it works out. And if not, then I'll have fresher tires at the end and be able to get my spot back, hopefully. So it's not it's a bit of a risky call for sure. But when you're in those positions, it's like, why not throw it at the wall and see what sticks?
Some little OCD things I'm doing, don't mind me. Yes. That's all you can do right now, and that's exactly what the 80 car was doing, but now he's coming down on pit road. He is on pit road right now, and he has damage on the right front. This will be the time he'll take his fast repair to get back out there. And he does not take the fast repair. Very interesting. Maybe the car isn't that bad off. Well, it looks like he might have already used his. If I'm checking right now. No, he has not used it. Interesting. Huh. That'll put Benende to the lead right now.
Well, he got his damage repair last pit stop, so he should still be good.
Yeah, he had it, but the right side was all buckled up still. I saw that on the TV. Oh, okay. And Brandon Bugs into the wall. That was sparks just flying, but this is for the lead. I can guarantee you that 81 is driving the heck out of that thing, and up next to the wall, that's where the speed is right now.
Just looking at the pace right now. Matt Rucci, obviously, new tires. He's catching them. Same with Dylan Macedo and Kyle Carpenter. So these guys are staying out, but they're quickly falling back as Stefan Benende comes into the pit stops right now.
So that's the 81. Out there. Yeah, there's the 86 of Lance and then Jeffrey Spells. And there's Rucci right there. So Rucci is now getting off of turn number 2, and Brandon Bugs is between 3 and 4 right now. That's where the lead difference is right there. And here comes the 81 down on pit road.
So I think he was P10 before he tried the long pit run or long stint here. And we'll see if where he comes out at the end of all this. I think he's going to be coming out P12, something like that. So he's going to have some work to do. We'll see how he makes out here.
And that'll cycle the 86 out to the lead.
Oh, he's dropping farther than that.
Yeah, he was definitely hoping for a caution to come out during that time, which it could have, but we've seen a lot of green flag racing in this series, compared to what we saw in the past. You see a lot more cautions, and these guys have really come into their own with this league, and it shows when you see this much green flag racing. I don't think you get this much green flag racing in the NIS series, honestly.
Not at all. Jason Lance, your leader still, as he is 55 laps on that set of tires.
That was the 81. That is for position. That was the 81, trying to prevent that 86 from passing him to take him down a lap. And now the 86 will come down pit road. That's going to give the lead right there to the 28 of Matt Rucci. But Dylan Macedo's right behind him. And Carpenter in third. That puts Fodorero in fourth as of right now after the green flag stops. Orion, how's this shaking out in the points?
Right now, Fodorero is 3 spots behind Matt Rucci. Let me just make sure that's right. 21, 40. Yeah, so he is right where they're at right now. They would tie for the championship. So Matt Rucci has to beat Fodorero by basically Fodorero's got to be out of the top 5 and Matt Rucci's got to win. So
man.
it's still close. Like it's still close. I'm still figuring it out in my head, but so far Fodorero is still in a good spot right now for the championship implications.
Yeah, that would be really, really, really catastrophic to that team if something were to happen here shortly. We're watching. I was watching back there. That was the 86 of Lance. Looked like he was slowed up, but I think he's just. I don't know. It doesn't look like he has a whole lot of speed. Nope. He's getting back up to speed after that pit stop. But there's Fodorero right there.
I'm 11. Kyle Carpenter up there in the mix. Top 4 position for Kyle Carpenter, a rookie.
And he's staying in line with the 67. Got to watch back up front because that's the 25, and he is there. If the iRacing service can keep it together tonight. I'm hearing some weird audio issues of it skipping, and I don't like that.
It's holding together with duct tape right now.
No kidding, man. And the copper top car right there of Robert Webb, that is not for position. That is a lap car. He is in the 19th position, 3 laps down. So he's just trying to maintain his speed and stay out of the way.
Very bugs on that long.
He's on the lead lap.
There. He's still in the lead lap. He's in P13 right now. So he's going to try and claw his way back up to get his position.
And that is Benende right in front. That is for position, for the 12th position. And then that's where it all changes. So you see the blimp camera here. You've got Stefan Benende right there. And then James Hilton is up there. Clint Spells, Cleveland. And then you see Osborne, Sargent, Beaver, Brown. And then all the way up here is Matt Rucci. So, yeah. That's a lot of track to go. And the caution could come out. We don't know. We've seen stranger things happen in this league. So, there's 2 cars in the wall there with Sparks.
It could happen. Got the 89 car coming out of pit road right now. James Hilton. But back with your leaders. Not much has changed. Matt Rucci's still out there, but Macedo is right on him.
Yes, he is. And he is going to wait for lap traffic to start making something change here. And that's Wes Graham in front of there, of the 28. And we got word from the 72 of Papa Fav when he came down pit road for repairs. He looked at his mirror, no cars behind him. He's going to overshoot the pit. Hit the brakes, got hit from behind. Look at the mirror, no cars behind him. So it looks like the iRacing service having some issues tonight, some major ones, and we're causing issues for some drivers.
Little ghosties on the track, messing with people.
On championship night, yep, sounds about right. And Wes Graham gave up those positions, didn't even fight it.
Yeah, Wes is like, I think he's 12 laps down now, so he's just out for a stroll now.
And Fodorero in third right now. They're tied for the championship, right? What happens if they tie? That's what it is.
Congratulations, you won't get a trophy. I don't know.
Now my question is, would they have tied if there weren't drop weeks?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, Fodorero would have probably won it out the drop weeks because Fodorero's been out to every race and he's been very consistent.
And even if Rucci wins tonight, that right now Fodorero is in the 3rd position. He would win the championship, as far as we see it.
Yep. Basically, if Matt Rucci's got to win, and Fotorero's got to be out of the top 5 for him to lose.
But as they run right now, it is tied. And 23 laps to go.
Actually, no. As it is right now, Fotorero will win. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So Fotorero just has to stay in the top 5 of the championship right now.
Yep. But obviously he wants to win, but yeah, he's good right where he is now.
We'll see what we usually see in every one of these championship races of the OCRP iRacing Series. You'll probably see everybody go out there. It's kind of like a participation trophy where they're like, hey, everybody gets to do burnouts and donuts at the end of the race. So you'll see a massive group of cars doing that. I would imagine that'll probably happen tonight as well. But yeah, right now, Rucci needs the 67 to have something happen in the next few laps where he starts dropping or something happens. But that hasn't happened. And what can you say about Fotorero? You know, we thought early on in this season we were going to see Rucci or Osborne walk away with this thing, but then Fotorero started winning races and started staying very consistent. And that's the reason why he's in the position he's at right now. I don't know if I would want to be messing around with a 43. And he's blocking the 43. I think that he may think that that's for a position he needs for the championship. You got to play it smart here.
Yeah, and I don't think either of these drivers want Sparks to fly, as whether they're passing some lap cars here.
Yeah, that's Wes Graham on the outside there. Not a position, and Robert Webb won't be either. And Joel Brown wants to set him up for the position here because Joel Brown's out here to win a race. He doesn't care about the championship.
Nice. Screw you and your championship. I want to win.
And that is some tight racing between these two.
I love it.
It's scary to watch this. If you're rooting for the 67 tonight, they make contact. And he gets in the wall.
Keep it out of there. He does.
He's got to keep an eye on Carpenter. Carpenter is for position, and he's right behind the 88. And that would change up everything for Rucci.
I'm going to go look at the replay there and see what happened.
I think it was just tight racing. Then he ricocheted off him and went up in the wall. But I don't think he's going to be happy about that. Right on board with Fotorero. And that's not the engine having issues there. That's the internet. And this particular iRacing session is having some problems. So it's cutting in and out the actual RPMs that we're hearing. And Robert Webb, multiple laps down, is racing the 67 pretty aggressively too. But you know what? It's how it goes. It's actually more dangerous for you to be slower and out of your groove than you just maintaining the speed that you've had all race.
So, Jeff, I just looked at the replay there of the incident. I feel like the F1 stewards. I looked at the incident between the Joel Brown and Fotorero. It was a racing incident through and through. Joel Brown held his line, but unfortunately, Fotorero just thought he was going to be a little lower on the corner and just got into his door. So neither driver had fault there. Just literally just a racing incident. One guy thought he was going to be a little lower than he was.
You want to tell that to the 67? Because I don't think he's going to see it that way. He's like, hey, man, I'm trying to win a championship here. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm Joel Brown. I'm trying to get fucking top 3. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you. It's racing, baby. I don't care about your championship. And Joel Brown held his position. They both held their positions. It was literally Fotorero just thought he was going to be lower than he was.
I'm watching right here the 25 of Macedo. That was a 35 flat compared to the 34.957 with Rucci. So they're very close in times. Let's see what happens here. Everything got quiet there for a second on my end, and I was like, don't do it to me now. We're trying to finish this race out. Come on, iRacing. Keep it together. Keep those duct tape servers together for this race. I'm hearing engines just kind of like doing that whole like weird cutting in and out stuff. I don't know what that's about. And look at this, Favignano. This is for the position of 5th place. Carpenter to the inside of the 67. Ryan, what's this going to do with points?
We are tied right now with points if he's in 5th. Actually, no. 23, let me count. No. If he is in 5th place, he loses. And, so he needs P4.
He needs P4, and that's Carpenter passing him on the bottom right there. That now puts Rucci to the top for the championship. And Favignano gets in the wall again.
Oh, no.
That's
and
frustrating.
We're coming down to the wire here, too, Jeff. There is only 12 laps left, 11 laps left. Oh, man.
Yeah, you want to think that there's favorites or anybody best buddies when it comes to the racing on the track? Not at all. Nobody's letting anybody by. This is everybody going at it, trying to get a win, 1, but 2, a championship as well, and it's got to be frustrating. You almost have to think there's something going on with the toe of that 67.
I think he's definitely got damage there. His hope right now is he is shipping the 25 car with all his might. He's going, come on, Dylan. Please pass Rucci.
Yep, Dylan Macedo has to pass Rucci and win the race for Favignano to win the championship. 1 position between the drivers is what it comes down to, between that 28 and the 67 car.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be this close, but it was literally
didn't either.
Down to the wire right now.
And
also,
it's not looking good because the 86 is not for position, but is racing the heck out of the 67 here. But the 67, this is going to slow him down. He needs to get by the 77 for position. And I don't know what happened there, but Dylan Macedo had a huge moment and lost a lot of position on Rucci.
Yeah, he's now showing about a second back.
And he's changing up lanes. He's going to run the high.
So Favignano needs to keep his position against Aaron Beaver, and more importantly, he needs Macedo to catch Rucci. Can Macedo do it? I don't know.
And Aaron Beaver is on a charge right now. He's at 35.346 to Leonard's 35.644. So he is faster. Yeah, I don't think the 67 is going to be happy about what happened between him and Joel Brown, but you looked at the footage and there you go.
Yeah, there was...
I don't know if I agree with the 86 driving him the way he is.
Hey, it's racing, man. They're not. Racing. They don't even like. If I'm driving out there, I don't know anything about the points. Screw it.
Oh, I know, but the 86 is 1 lap down.
Oh, is he? Oh, excuse me then. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I don't agree with the way he's racing him for that reason.
That makes sense. Apologies.
So we're watching right here. Look at Kyle Carpenter. Talk about some speed. And he's just here to race and have fun. He doesn't know he's spoiling the part. I can guarantee you the 77 does not know that the position he's in right now is changing up everything for the 28 and 67. I guarantee it. Unless somebody's coming over the radio saying, hey, that's for a position, but it's not his worry. He's just got to do what he's got to do.
No, it's racing is. I'm not racing for the other guy. I'm racing for me. I don't care if it screws up his championship.
To come down to 5 laps to go at the stripe. Matt Rucci needs to have a perfectly clean ending to this race right now. He does not need Macedo to spoil the surprise, but back there, man, it's not looking any better for Favignano. He's still in the 5th position, but that is the the 97 of Aaron Beaver. He is there, and he's got help from Nick Sargent as well. They're both in line, but the 67 really struggling with the car right now, and I can guarantee you he was trying to win the championship. He's overdriven that car so much that you could just tell that right rear's gone.
Yeah, I don't think he's got anything left.
And here comes Beaver down to the bottom to try to pass. And I can guarantee, like I said, these guys aren't aware of the point situation as it is right now. They don't know that the 67 is racing for everything he can. But I can guarantee you the 67 knows that.
I'm just holding my breath. I don't know what to say.
Well, one thing's for certain, Rucci has shown up with this season and has put on an absolute clinic. Has been pretty much unstoppable in so many ways with consistency and with the wins. But the drop weeks were in his favor as he had missed a couple of races.
Favignano now down to 7th.
Yep, he got passed by both of those guys. So now it's not even down to that. I don't even think I don't know if a caution could even save him at this point. A tough break.
If this turns out to be his worst race and he gets to drop it, see, this is where the drop weeks get stupid.
I totally agree. This has been my worry from day one.
Because if he gets below 5th place, he drops this race.
Then it's completely pointless at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see what it shakes out. It makes sense. It doesn't help us in any way for the week to week point system for us. Because it's like it doesn't matter till the last race is done to see how everything shakes out. That's the only problem with it.
Yeah, and does the last race even count towards the drop week?
Yes, all races count towards drop weeks.
See, the championship race shouldn't. That screws the whole thing up.
Yep.
So we don't know, guys. Favignano could very well win this championship. We don't know. We won't know until we get the final results at the end of the race.
So with that being said, we can't tell you much about next season.
By the way, the white flag's out.
The drop weeks are going to be looked at.
Yes, they will. Yeah, and I agree with the sentiment of some other people. I'm not a fan of them myself. It makes it very difficult to follow it. But here's the 28, Matt Rucci coming off of turn 4. Will he win the championship? Well, that's the question now. We don't know. We have no clue. But Matt Rucci will win at Homestead. But was it enough? We have to wait for the unofficial results to come from the OCRP admin team because we don't know.
I think he's got it.
Favignano?
Rucci. I think he's got it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the 67 doing any celebrations right now, and I'm being told that.
You know what I'm going to do? While you're doing interviews, Jeff?
Go ask.
I'm opening Excel. No, I'm
okay.
This. I'm
67. Oh, man. 67 just putting it into the wall. I don't think he's happy at all. He's very frustrated. Rightfully so. I could understand it. And Matt Rucci going to win tonight at Homestead and possibly the championship. We're going to find out here shortly. We'll let Matt Rucci burn it down. What a great season for the 28. As other people crashed into each other back there at the pit entrance. And I thought they would all come out in pit road and have some fun together, but that's not happening either. So I don't know anything about this league. Turns out I have no clue what's going on in front of me. Well, the 28 celebrating like he won the championship, so I would imagine that's what is being conveyed.
Maybe they're letting him
perhaps.
celebrate first.
Yes. Well, he won the race too, so we don't know. And we're going to find out here shortly. I would rather know that information before we go into our interviews.
Yeah, I'm going to...
Why are you opening up on the main screen, Discord? What? Is it even showing the race to you anymore?
Yeah. Oh no, on Discord? No, it stopped a while ago when you called, which is all good. Don't worry about it.
All right, no problem. So we're waiting to find out what happened here, guys, because we don't know. And this has been my race name here. Perfect. Nothing went right in the broadcast then tonight. That happens after the season we've had, which is fantastic stuff. But yeah, we don't know. Somebody's on the... It's like James Hilton on the road course there.
Okay, let me just make sure. Okay. You need to stall for me for about
not a problem.
3 minutes.
Yep. Do what you got to do. I'm sure they're probably saying something in Discord. Anybody else know?
I don't trust them.
I don't either.
I'm doing this myself because I have a degree in accounting, so I can use friggin' Excel. I'm doing this.
We're trying to find out, guys. Just sit tight with us a little bit longer. We have to do math now to find out who won this because of the drop week situation that I do not like.
You gotta love it. It's so close.
Dude, it was really close the whole time.
I'm just going by week here. These guys were really close every week.
And we're going to back up Matt Rucci's celebration so we have something to watch here. Sorry, guys.
Ooh, Favignano had a P25 week 5.
If you give me just 2 seconds, I can get it for you.
Okay. Yeah, that is what Ryan's doing right now.
Well, all I gotta do is just upload it.
Will it do it automatically?
Yes, sir.
Papa bless.
And officially, by 3 points, Matt Rucci is your Season 9 champion.
There you go. Matt Rucci gets the championship and the win. That is how you get it done at Homestead, and what a heartbreaker that was. How close was it between Rucci and Favignano at the end?
So Leonard needed to finish 2 spots within Rucci. And yeah, it was so from where I was, of course, I had my little hiccup as well. To see the other guys just pass him, because I know Favignano came in early to get his service done. If he would have waited probably about another 10 laps and then forced everybody down pit road, and we could be talking a whole different story. But the way he planned his pit strategy out didn't really do him any favors here tonight. So it's unfortunate, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
All right, we're gonna head into the spot so we can talk to some of these drivers soon. Ryan, I'm not gonna. You want to talk to the champion?
Sure.
All right, let's head up there. All right, Ryan is going to be catching up with your winner and champion.
Matt Rucci. What a win. Get it done when it counts. Not only that, you secured the championship. Matt, congratulations. Tell us about your race and about your season.
Yep. So, first, Leonard was quick all season. Yeah, I hate it for him, but we got it done there at the end. This race, I just focused on long run because the tires wore out really quick here. So I knew Dylan and Leonard were really quick on the short run, but I was able to get them near the end of the run. But Leonard was fast all season. It could have been me or him at the end there. So it was a great season. I hope you guys enjoyed. Everyone watching, you guys up in the booth. Wes for putting these on, and it was a great season.
Well, congrats again, Rucci. Great race, great season, and Yeah, absolutely. We'll pass back over to you, Jeff.
All right. I do want to talk to Favignano. I know that was not how you wanted to go at the end. It was an up and down kind of night there. You had a lot of speed early on, and then what happened there at the end?
Just couldn't find the line. It was difficult trying to manage the tires. So either way, it was a good race. I hate that I couldn't get it done, but had fun. So
As heartbreaking it is to not get the championship, and it was so close between 3 points, is what we heard there. Just what a great season overall, and you've been improving and improving. So, what are you going to bring to the next one?
I'm not too sure yet, but just looking forward to staying consistent. That's all. That's all it really takes to really get it done in this series. So
There you go. Leonard Favignano finishes 7th here tonight, and we're going to go on to the next person that was right there at the end as well, and Brandon Osborne in the 80 car. How'd your race go tonight?
Yeah, well, first off, man, I want to say thanks to you guys, to you and Joe and Ryan that were in the booth this season, and everyone watching it. It's really supportive of us. We all really appreciate it. I was just struggling all night. I couldn't find the line. I couldn't find tire wear. Tires would fall off for me after 10, 15 laps, and then I was gone. So this is definitely a tough track. It's a good track to have as a finale because it really tests the driver and your patience to not push your car early. And some people had it, and some people like me just did not. And so a huge congrats to Matt, and Leonard has Leonard has nothing to hang his hat on. The improvement that he's made from when he started last season to now, seeing his name up there at the top of the charts in practice and qualifying and in the races and Monday races and everywhere, he's putting in a lot of the work. And so yeah, just because he didn't get the result doesn't mean he isn't a really good driver.
There you have it. Brandon Osborne will finish in P9 tonight after starting 5th. The last person I want to talk to you really quick here, and we've got to talk to you because what an incredible night, and this has not been a season for you, internet-wise, whatever, but Aaron Beaver coming in P5 tonight. Tell us about your season and the race overall.
Yeah, I had a good race, qualified okay. And then I just tried to save tires, and just tried to manage them like the others, as best as I could. And, so it worked out in the end. I really enjoyed the long green, flag runs because that really helped me, just because that's the type of driver, I am as far as tires. So, but yeah, hopefully I can, go into next season and, be consistent again.
All right. Well, there you go. Not too shabby at all. P5 after starting 10th, and Aaron Beaver showing some speed later on in the race. All right, Ryan, let it back over to you.
So one driver I want to talk to is the man with the flow. What a great finish, Joel Brown, P3. You really bookended this season, man. You got a P3 Talladega and came up here with another podium at Homestead. How was that race for you, man? You're fast Monday night. How was it here?
Man, it was hard there at the beginning. I had that incident where I got loose when Wes came out from my outside out of turn 4 there. Luckily, I was able to hold on to it and keep it out of the wall and keep it out of the field. And I just watched the field just take off and leave. And I think I was 15 seconds behind the leader at that point. So I just dug in and got all I could get out of it. And to go from dead last to P3, I'm happy with it.
Well, good stuff there, man. Great racing, great season, great seeing you out there week after week. And yeah, that's it for me, Jeff. I'll keep it short and sweet. I just want to say thank you to every single one of the drivers out here. I know we can always talk to everybody every race, but thanks for coming out here and not rage quitting. If you weren't doing well, keep turning laps and putting on a really good show. You guys did awesome, and it was a pleasure watching you, and it's a pleasure broadcasting you guys. So hats off to all of you for a fantastic season.
Fantastic stuff, and that'll end things here at Homestead tonight. We're going to head back to our booth and let you guys get underway here.
All right. Thank y'all for the...
Oh, sorry. That was Wes saying thank you, as usual. Thank y'all for the broadcast. All right, Ryan, you going up there to sit in on that?
Yeah, I'll go to the drivers meeting. I just want to say thank you to all the viewers. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. If you were watching us, thank you so much. And Jeff, thanks for having me, buddy. It's been an awesome time getting the broadcast with you this season. And I think though drivers got better, I think we got pretty good.
I think we did good. Well, I mean, yeah, when we had the Gremlins, we had the Gremlins. But yeah, it's been a fantastic season broadcasting with you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
There you have it, guys. That is going to do it for us tonight at Homestead. And it put on one heck of a show, didn't it? Yes, it sure did. Thank you all so much for watching. And we will see you next season. Unannounced yet. If you want to know what's going on with the next season, it will be posted on the OCRP iRacing Series Twitter account. And also, I will make a post on the main channel of my YouTube. So you can follow along there so you won't miss out. But I can tell you, I will be racing on the Monday night series. I'm not sure what we're doing there yet, but I will be racing Mondays here on Twitch. So excited to get back behind the wheel for that. And then I'll be broadcasting on the Thursdays. That's what we got planned for the next season. And we'll be off for about 3 weeks of iRacing. But that'll do it, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.